Hello my beautiful people, you're welcome to Naho Blessed Fashion. If today's your first time stopping by here, you are highly welcome. Please join this beautiful family. Subscribe and turn on your notification bell, okay? Please, at any point you find this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and drop your comments. We're going to be making this tube top today. As you can see, you can make it strapless, you can put straps, you can put sleeve, whatever, however you want it to be. You can put a rose flower. You can just design it with anything. Okay, so guys, without further ado, let's get started. Guys, to start, I draw a starting line where I'm going to be starting my measurement. So I came down by 5 inches, and that includes sewing allowance. I'll mark my bust point, my under bust, and my dress length, which is 18 inches. Okay, so I'll move forward and mark the same thing just so I get a straight line. So 10 inches for bust point, under bust 13, and 18 inches for my dress length. You can make yours shorter, you can make it longer. Okay, so I'll connect them together to get a straight line. So this is my chest line. That's where our dress is going to be starting from. Okay, and my bust line, my under bust line, and my half length, that's my dress length. Next, I'm going to mark my nipple to nipple measurement divide by 2, which is 3.5 inches at my waistline and my bust line, and then I'll connect them with a straight line. I will add ½ inch to that and mark it at my chest line. That is 4 inch. I'm marking there, and then I'll connect it down to the bust line just like this. Okay, then I'm going to take my dart. I'm making use of 1 inch for both sides. I'll mark that at my under bust and my waistline. That's our dress length. Connect it with a straight line just like this. Okay, and then at my bust line, I'm going to come down by ½ inch, and I will connect it with a curve like this, as you can see. I hope you're getting what we are doing here. So guys, at the chest line, you want it to be very fitted, right? You want it to sit nicely because we are not adding any sleeve, so you have to take the dart for that. I made use of 0.75 for the inner portion, and I gave 1 inch for the outer portion. Okay, so I gave the bigger portion to the outer part of the dress. Okay, this is going to help your dress sit very nicely with or without a sleeve. Okay, I'm just going to connect that straight to my bust line. Okay, next I'm going to come down from my chest line, come down with 1 inch. I want to give the dress a sweetheart neckline, so I'm just going to connect it with a curve. If you want it straight, you can go ahead and make yours straight. Then I'm going to take my shoulder to shoulder measurement, divide by 2. Okay, and I'm not going to replace the dart I took. Please don't replace this dart. That's the fitting you're going to have at your chest area. Okay, it's not as big as your shoulder, so don't replace that dart. I'll just add ½ inch for sewing allowance at the armhole. Okay, so for my armhole, I measure my armhole, which is my shoulder, divide by 2. I just mark that out. Okay, and I'm going to, at that very line, I'm going to take my round bust measurement, divide by 4, and then I'm going to add my dart, the dart I have at the very line of my armhole. Okay, just the one you have at that line, you add it up. Okay, then your sewing allowance, I'm using 1.5 inch. Then I'll connect them together just like this. Okay, You can make it straight, you can make it curvy. Okay, then at my waistline, I'm going to take my waist measurement, divide by 4, and I'm going to replace my dart. Okay, and then my sewing allowance. I'll connect it together to my armhole line. Okay, next is to cut it out. So I'm just going to cut it out straight because we are going to use this to cut our back piece. Okay, so before I finish up with the front piece, I will cut out my back piece first, my back pattern. So I left 1 inch for my zipper allowance, as you can see, and then I place my front piece from that 1 inch, from that line. I place my front piece, and then I'll go ahead and cut my back piece out. And then to eliminate zipper bulge at the back, you're going to go in by 1/2 inch at your waistline. Okay, and then I'll connect it straight up to my chest line. Okay, this will help eliminate zipper bulge at the back. But that doesn't mean that you're going to use 1/2 inch for your zipper. You still maintain your 1 inch when you're fixing your zipper. Okay, that's why you have sewing allowance. I'll just mark out my bust to bust measurements just so I know where to place my dart. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and finish up with this front piece, cutting out my dart, and I've cut my sweetheart neckline. Guys, if you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, okay, and drop a comment. I would really appreciate. And if you haven't subscribed, please do well to subscribe and turn on your notification bell. Okay, thank you. So for the back side, we want it fitted also, right? So we are going to take one half inch on both sides. Okay, so give it a dart just the way you did to the front. Okay, so I'm using half inch for that, and at the waistline I'm going to use 1 inch on both sides. Okay, and then I'll connect the 1 inch of my waistline to the 1/2 inch of my chest line, just like this. Connect them together. Okay, okay, in order not to confuse you, I'll just go ahead and mark out the straight line at the middle. So I'll go ahead and cut out my dart legs. I'm cutting it all the way out because I want to cut this back piece as one piece. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and staple it down. I want to cut it out as one piece. Okay, so guys, I will just come down a little bit. Okay, come down a little bit for the back. I don't want it too high. So guys, I cut out my traps. I'm using 2 inch, which includes sewing allowance, and the length is based on the inches you came down with for your off shoulder. Okay, and then this is my back piece. I cut 2 of that, as you can see, and then I have my side front and my center front. Okay, I left half inch allowance to join these two together, and then every other allowance has been added to the pattern paper already. Okay, so okay guys, the back piece is 2 piece, the side front is 2 piece, and then only the center front is called unfold. Okay, I'm just going to open it for you guys to see. 2 piece for the side front and 1 piece unfold for the center front, as you can see. So guys, I've gone ahead to iron hasty on my pieces, and then I ironed my soft, I made use of soft pad. Okay, so guys, this depends on how you want it. You can make use of the medium or even the hard one. Okay, but for this dress I'm just going to make use of the soft pad. Okay, I'll just place it like this, as you can see, and then I'll stitch it with the ½ inch I left for it. Okay, I'll do the same thing to the other side. Place it right side facing. Okay, just like this, and then you stitch it with the ½ inch you left for it. Okay, I'll stitch it down, and I'll do the same thing to my lining as well. Okay, and for my traps I'm just going to stitch it like this and stitch the one of the ends. Okay guys, I've gone ahead to stitch down my front piece together, as you can see, and I give it a good notch, then I iron it. Okay, so please do the same thing. Stitch it down right side facing like I told you, and notch before you iron. I did the same thing to my lining as well. Okay, and for my traps, like I said, I stitch down one end and I stitch down the side all the way to the end. I'm just going to turn it inside out. So guys, after turning it, this is what I have. I'm going to top stitch the other side we left open. Okay, stop stitch that part, and then I'm going to place this before in between my main piece and my lining. Okay, I want it to be slanted like this, so I'm just going to place it in between them before I stitch them together. So while you're placing it, please make it slant. Okay, just so it sits very well, give it a slant. Okay, don't stitch it straight, give it a slant. You can stitch it first before you stitch your lining. You can go ahead and do them together. So I'll stitch it down with ½ inch at the upper part, at the sides, and at the down part, all the way around with ½ inch, and I will leave just like 2-inch space to turn it inside out. Guys, I've gone ahead to stitch it down. Like I said, I stitched down with ½ inch all the way. Okay, and then I left 2 inches to turn it inside out. So after turning it, this is what you have. As you can see, our dress is beautiful. Oh my gosh. Okay guys, at the bust area, try to make it curvy. Okay, try to make it curvy, try to make it neat. And then I'm going to stop stitch the part I left open, and this is my back piece. I've gone ahead to do the same thing, place them right side facing, and I stitch it all the way around, leaving like 1½ inch to turn it inside out. Okay, and when you turn it, this is what you have for the back. and I'll go ahead and stop stitch the part I left open. Okay, sorry guys, I lost some of my clips, but trust me, I'm going to explain in details what I did here. Okay, so I place my dress right side facing the front and the back piece facing each other right side. Okay, just like this, I place them right side facing, and then I stitch it with my sewing allowance by the sides, just like this. Okay, stitch it with my sewing allowance. I went ahead to attach the zipper. As you can see, I'm using an open zipper. Okay, so I've attached my zipper, and then for the traps, I want it, like I told you guys, I want it to cross to the other side of my shoulder. So I've gone ahead to fix it. As you can see, I fix it. I just stop stitch it in a way that I can always adjust it. Okay, so, and I've tried it out and it's actually okay for me, so I give it a very good stitch there and try to make it neat as well. Okay, if you stitch it in between your lining, you will not be able to adjust it, so just stop stitch it like that. Okay, so this is basically what I did. I am so sorry I lost the clips, and thank you all for watching to this point. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. Join this beautiful family. Okay guys, support me by dropping a comment. Don't go without giving this video a thumbs up, please. I love you all.